All right, so basically you saw everyone with the new cars, the liveries, everything drifting together, and you were like, all right, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. And, you know, I saw the bat call in the air, and they were like, yeah, we need you back. And I was like, maybe.
I agree. Okay, so.
And then we saw the opportunity with Justin's car being already caged and having full suspension.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? This is the car, and, you know, I know who put it together. I trust the guys.
That was definitely the whole selling point.
Yeah. We almost went and bought some other random shit I needed a cage and stuff, and we weren't gonna. It would have been twice as long the build time, you know. Now we're almost there.
And this ended up helping me out too because we wanted to finish these videos somehow,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, and if you would have sold it to some random person, you would not have got the video done.
You would have never got a video.
Yeah. So now basically we're gonna have Front Street building this in your guys' shop, and it's gonna be more of a. Honestly, it's gonna be more realistic to what normal people would be doing.
Yeah.
You guys don't have our shop has 3 lifts now. Like it's ridiculous. You guys have more of like a normal.
Yeah, we have
garage
jack
shop.
We still work on the cars on the floor, so
Yeah. So it's more. This is kind of more helpful for what we were going for. All right. So what's the plan with the car? Like, what kind of style are you going for? Like.
we're just going for a more functional setup with the car now. We're not really more focused on having the car, fitted properly with like smaller tires and laying frame and everything else. We're kind of just more focused on the technical aspect of drifting now. Not that we don't care about how the car looks, but we're kind of focused more on keeping the car on track and not actually.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like taller and just. The suspension's gonna actually work.
It's gonna, yeah. The geometry is actually gonna work this time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be way more aggressive looking. It's gonna drive way more aggressive. Just like Josh's and Tom's car, and even James's car now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a beast. It's gonna be one of those cars that you see like almost like it's gonna look like a D1 car now.
Yeah.
It's just
Or
gonna
that's what
be.
we're going for.
It's gonna be a simple build. It's all parts, that you can purchase from Faction or anywhere else. There's no custom one-off parts on the car. Literally anyone can replicate this car.
Yeah.
Like in the previous episodes with Justin, parts such as energy suspension or SPC stance. It's all off-the-shelf parts. It's not hard to build a car that's capable of driving aggressively and being able to tandem with everyone else. It really just comes down to having the basic setup and the right parts.
Yeah. So as long as you got money in a garage and a 240, and you somehow found an SR20 right now, then you should.
Barely.
Yeah. So
We might be saying this, and it might be a K20, so whatever the hell that Honda motor was.
Yeah, who knows?
I guess Alex, explain how you found this engine. Like, it seemed like it was kind of difficult to.
Well, obviously, I called you first. I called Faction first, and I go, do you guys know anyone with an SR20? No, obviously.
And we were looking for one for a customer too.
Yeah. So I obviously did the old call the tri-state depots. So you call one depot. Do you have anything? No. Okay. The next one. You have anything? No. Okay. They call another one. Have anything? No. And then you finally get to the last guy, and he has something. You go there. He has one S13 motor. It looks like it got dropped off the fucking ship. And then the I shouldn't have cursed, but I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
PG show. And then the S14 motor. The S14 motor that we found, this motor right here.
It's what we wanted anyway.
We wanted a notch. What is that? A notch back.
It's like a notch top SR.
Notch
Yeah.
top. Something I wanted. I always had F13 motors. Wanted a notch top, so we went to that, and we found it with some parts on it. We paid an arm and a leg because I haven't been in the game for a while. So SR20.
Those are the COVID prices.
COVID prices now.
That's literally what the guy at the depot said.
He goes,
Yeah.
"Good luck
Everything's
trying to get
scarce.
Everything. The second the COVID hit, all the SRs were gone, and 2 months later they were $1,000 more, and they're still not really.
I mean, they've been inflating for years.
Yeah.
I mean, since we started driving, the SRs have been inflating.
They're inflating even in Japan. Like when I
Yeah.
went to Japan, I drove that S15. We ended up breaking the trans. It was already broken, but we ended up having to buy a transmission. And one of the guys that was helping us out, after we put the transmission in the car, tells us that the transmission is $800 for a 5-speed SR transmission. I remember showing him like Facebook Marketplace back home, like $150, $200, and he was just like, "No way." He's like, "It's not even a thought out here. Everything is scarce. Anything brand new, name brand, shit ton of money.
Really?
It-
Talked to
it's
someone
nuts.
at JDM Engine Depot, and they made it seem like they're getting SRs from so many different places now.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
outsourcing, I'm sure.
Yeah,
For
Japan
sure.
has nothing. So you got rid of the Advans, which was the best part of the car, and then you got
They are
Ram
nice.
lights.
Yeah, we got Grandlight
We got
57
57
DRs.
DRs, yeah.
Okay. So, what was the logic behind that? I guess.
It's just a simple, easy to purchase wheel. If something happens, you know, we could just call up good friend Frankie at Faction, order another one, and go back to driving.
Yeah, so it's easy to get spares and.
Yeah, it's just a cheap,
Yeah.
like reputable one-piece wheel.
Versus destroying Advans.
Yeah, you've been one of those, like where you're gonna get just one.
Yeah.
Are those even discontinued now? I don't even
Those, I
follow
think,
up
are
with that.
discontinued,
Yeah, we don't got time for that.
I was sold with 57 DRs after I smashed the curb where we were driving with Tom. I don't know if there's a clip of that, but Tom board
I
his
got it.
car, and I bounced my car off the curb, and I drove home on those Graham lights cracked. So I was sold. I drove all the way home with not even a lip on the rim on the Graham light, and I'm sold.
That was
Sold
years
from there,
ago.
and they're light, they work, they fit well.
Yeah.
You can and you can get them. You can just get them, and they look
Wait.
good. Dude, I bought this car when I was 16. I'm 25. I'll be 26.
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
let's get to that. The car behind you guys was actually Alex's car.
My first
Yeah.
car. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's literally
My first car. Yeah. I bought this when I was 16.
Yeah.
Before I had my license, obviously, and Josh actually helped me put that one together too.
Yeah.
But I bought it with an SR, but it was a mess.
I remember stopping you guys from putting self tappers in the quarter in the.
That was the second time around we built this car.
Oh, okay.
Now there's a third time. We'll get it now. It's
Yeah,
just-
and then
only 4 self tappers the whole car.
then you took your hiatus.
yeah. After I crashed his car at final bout.
Okay.
We got the clip of that too.
Oh.
We
no.
have his last lap. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it drove so good the rest of it.
And
Brian got it.
Josh,
Oh, he does.
you kind of totaled your car, right?
Yeah, it sucked. Like I wish like that car didn't go out the way it did, but my car had like some previous rust issues and I never ended up actually fixing it the proper way. So just a small little like dent into the wall after like the third time. The one spot that we ended up not patching is the spot that gave out, and then the frame ended up just, you know, going 2 different ways. There was just no point of even salvaging it at that point.
So then you got Alex's car for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of done after smashing my car.
How many years ago was that? 2.
It had to be at least 2 years ago. That was fun about 2 years ago. No.
We're creeping up on 3.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's almost 3.
All right, Alex. So are you gonna be building this car, or what's going on?
I'm the bank. Josh is the mechanic. I don't have enough time. I don't want to turn wrenches, but I will turn.
I like
wrenches.
money.
Josh likes money.
So it
So
works
we
out.
kind of finagled the deal.
Okay.
You know, that's how it works, you know. So Josh's gonna build the car for me. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna fix it when it breaks when Josh isn't there.
Oh, once this is done, you're on your own.
I know.
You're on your own.
So you guys are both kind of like, designing the car, figuring out what
Yeah.
you're gonna do, and then Josh is putting in the wrench time, and you're kind of just funding it, and then and then you're on your own after that.
Yeah.
I
He's
feel
also
like
my guide.
it's usually
He's like
how-
he's my spirit guide with this too because he knows like what the fuck to get now because I don't know.
I mean, that's usually how it goes. Your friends help you build a car, and then every time it breaks, you're on your own because they're fixing their own. So.
We're all broken at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I just think after like enough trial and error with my car, like I end up building Brian's car, I kind of know what and what not to do each and every time I go through like a different
the problem.
setup. Like my hatch was always the guinea pig for the group. I feel like
Yeah, and then we
this
copy
car
you.
was kind of the guinea pig, and then it kind of just follows suit. So I don't know. Each car that we keep putting together, like every new version, just keeps getting better and better, and I feel like we're using less and less parts that we're not needing. Like all these companies make like all these crazy like roll center kits and all this stuff. We're kind of just reiterating everything back to just stock style stuff that's just easy to replace just to stay on track.
But you don't have offset rack bushings and shit like that, right?
Yeah, like none of that shit. None of that shit matters. Like
It usually ends up causing more problems.
Yeah, I don't know if that maybe there is a point for it, but I think we
Honestly,
tried on your car now that we were.
I'll start stirring the pot right now. Half these parts that all these kids are buying, you could literally not buy any of that if you just pick the car up just a little bit. You save yourself thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And
all these parts were designed.
And you can cut to our car literally dragging on the floor. Trust me, we all love it. It just you can't
it looks
drive.
cool.
We
It
can't
just
drive good.
doesn't work.
Yeah, you guys have been there, low cars, and you're over it. So now you're trying something else.
driveways.
But that's why all those parts were made. It's because everyone wanted their cars to be
To handle at a low, yeah.
At a low
And
height.
I mean, it does work. Like I'm not gonna say that some of these parts don't work. They definitely complement low cars, but you can only. I mean, it's debatable, but you can only do so much with a car that's just limited to, certain tire size, an alignment that you're forced to adapt to with the car being certain setup. I don't know, like it's just a tried and true setup to just stick to the basics, and I don't know, my car might not look so basic, but all in all, it just has cut knuckles, gearing, upgraded transmission, and a turbo setup. Everything else is,
maybe 300 horsepower.
yeah, 300, 350. That's that.
Whatever. Who's counted? Yeah.
I mean, who's counting here, boys?
The internet's counting, apparently.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
All right, let's jump into it. Let's go over the engine and install this thing.